Sometimes a series comes along that makes history. A series whereby each and every episode is anticipated like the first drop of a super high roller coaster. It breaks all sorts of viewing records and the host is a borderline national treasure. I am of course talking about the Flat Earth Fail compilations, and today is episode 6. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, today we're looking at more of the Flat Earth failures, and I want to give special thanks to my patrons who helped me select the Flat Earth fail videos we're going to look at. So thank you to you. We have 5 videos today and we're going to start with a long-time Simon Dan admirer. He is responsible for such videos as Simon Dan's a
Oh, Simon Dan's a w***er, he wears a w***er's hat. He's been dropped up on YouTube to deny the ethic's flat. And everybody laughs at him when he says it's a ball. He really thinks he's clever, but all he knows is f***.
And Dan on the Moon.
Simon, did you hear about this song? 'Cause you haven't faced people with orange. Danny's cocker, you sucking on. Hey, moron. How'd you get those subs? If you believe they put a man on the moon.
That's right, it's Mr. Cheswick. And Mr. Cheswick has been anonymous for a long time on YouTube, but just recently he showed his face. And where did he show it? On the Globe Lie European Tour.
I've got an anti-gravity device here. Smoke. Explain that.
Explain what?
Explain what? Explain why the smoke's going up.
Yes, you saw that right. Mr. Cheswick is asking why smoke from his cigarette goes up and why his lighter goes down. A tragic misunderstanding of the natural world around him.
Because it's less dense.
Because it's less dense and there's fluid mechanics involved.
Gravity's
Why
not
did
the only
that fall?
activity.
No, because gravity is effectively pulling the air underneath that.
No,
One's going up, one's going down,
Because whenever
You can
gravity
theorise
acts
it.
on
You can theorise it with maths, and then when you apply it with maths.
This is Mr. Cheswick who's come into the frame.
So smoke technically would be anti-gravity?
No.
No, Mr. Cheswick, that smoke isn't anti-gravity. That smoke is hot. That heated smoke is less dense than the cooler air around it. Therefore, there is a buoyant force supplied which is stronger than gravity. It's not hard. Of course, what's hilarious about this clip is the fact that Mr. Cheswick is showing up on the European Globe Lie Tour at all. I mean, take a look at these videos he released not a couple of months ago. He's not supporting them apparently, yet there he is in broad daylight helping Sleeping Warrior argue about gravity. The hypocrisy is unrivaled. Next up, we have old channel favourite D.Marble. He appeared in the first video I ever did, and he released a video called The Sun is a Smoking Gun. In it, he gets a couple of friends from around the world to show everyone that the sun proves that the earth is flat. Let's take a look.
Hey Matt, how's it going?
Yeah, good.
Fantastic. Alright, just doing a time check. About what time is it where you are?
21:03, so 3 minutes past 9.
Oh, blimmin' hell, he's English.
3 minutes past 9. Here, what's your location, sir?
Halifax, West Yorkshire, in Bradford. 1 sec. I'm in Bradford, West Yorkshire. There you go, and there's proof.
Bradford?
Keighley, Brighouse, Bradford.
Fantastic. Alright, let me see, about 9:03, Bradford, Yorkshire. Let me see. Here, where's the sun right about then?
Where is now, Darryl, mate? It is just in the distance.
Just over there in the distance. It's quite a way, matey.
It's just over the hill. You can see it just about in the distance there.
Alright. That's
You
awesome.
see it?
Beautiful sunset.
So it's just about over the hill, but you make out the rays about still.
Yep.
And behind me, you've got darkness.
That's awesome. Here, I'm in Tacoma, Washington right now. Check it. I got the Tacoma Dome back behind me in the distance. And then you can see the Tacoma skyline back here over the city. So that's where I'm at, and we're looking at the same sun.
You don't say, D.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, I appreciate you participating in this project. And
No worries. Hey, that's fine.
thank you, sir. You have a fantastic night. I'll see you soon.
Stay
Stay fly.
Oh, look at them with their little sign. Bless them.
My man Luke, how's it going?
Yep.
Fantastic, sir. Here, about what time is it?
It's 6:06 a.m.
So his mate in Australia says it's 6 a.m. Right, okay.
6:06 a.m. And what's your location, sir?
I am in a small town called Biloela in central Queensland, Australia. I'm standing outside the Callide Valley Lions Park, the corner of the Dawson Highway and Cooper Street.
Awesome. That's fantastic. All right, so that's a time, location, and you can see the sun out there. It's about sunrise.
I'm in a bit of a valley, but the sun's just coming up over to the, from memory, I think it's about northeast, about 60 degrees.
So D.Marble's friend is in Australia in the morning and his other friend is in the UK in the evening. So?
In this quick example, I use my globe and a flashlight to simulate the sun and the Earth's relative position to it. If the sun is 93 million miles away, 400 times the size of the Earth at that distance and size, then the sun's light should hit the Earth parallel, only lighting up about half of the globe. I'm going to simulate England at sundown, and I'm going to show you where Australia is relative to that point. I also show my position on the globe in Tacoma, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest. And now I'll simulate the UK being in a position where the sun would be setting from their location. And now I'll shine a flashlight on Australia, where Luke is, which is completely in darkness behind the supposed curvature.
At first glance, this could look quite convincing, and it might have people saying, oh, hang on a sec, this D.Marble's got a point. But let's take a closer look. Having a sunset in the UK at around 9 PM indicates a rough time of year as being late July, as you can see here. The video was released in mid-August, where the sunset was around 8:20 PM, so it could not have been done then. So if we now position a globe with the correct tilt for that time of year, then let's take another look. Clearly possible. Right, that's D.Marble dispatched. Who have we got next? Ah yes, Mr. Truth. Now Mr. Truth is a reincarnation of this guy.
Again, we know that there's huge trees in the world which were like, you know, the mountain ranges, like the Alps and the Himalayas and the Carpathians and the Urals and all the mountain ranges, range of mountains. They were huge forests or trees that were destroyed by some kind of like tornado or natural event.
He has something to say about a dome over a flat Earth. Let's have a look.
So when looking through a telescope at the stars, like the Sirius star you see in this video, uncomfortable questions come to mind in human beings' brains. Some human beings, because the big majority of human beings do not like to ask questions because it's much more easier. It's easier to be a sheep or a cow or a goat in the Matrix, but...
So it's easier to be a cow or a sheep or a goat in the Matrix. Right, I'll remember that, thanks.
For those who ask the questions, the big question is, why the heck does Sirius and other stars look so different than the official NASA Space Agency pictures in the 3D software engineering systems like Photoshop or stuff like that? and they look so different. They look like in being in water, in a medium of water.
No, that's an out of focus star.
So it looks so different than what you see on official documentaries, right? So again, the question is, why what I see with my eyes and my being and my existence is different? And then people tell me, the supreme scientists say, well, you have to go against your instinct. But if I go against my instinct, that's going against being a human being, and I am a human being. I am not a 3D video game like the stuff you show me in your space and agency stuff, which is obviously nice and cool if you like video games. But the question is, well, why do you see these stars in a watery kind of style, right?
Because it's an out of focus star.
And then you read the ancient texts and Enoch, the book of Enoch and all that stuff, and you see that the world has been created by a supreme being with the council and all that stuff, and it's flat, there's no curvature, and a dome has been forged, has been created, and above that dome, which has some kind of like type of crystal look or feeling to it, there's waters, right? So if you have waters above the dome, which means that we are in a pool, we are protected in that pool by having a dome on the top, and then that's why you see the stars like in a watery type of thing, because the stars are beyond the waters that are above the dome, right?
No, Mr. Truth, you're not listening. It's an out of focus star.
So I guess that's the reason why when you look at the stars with a telescope or a Nikon camera, you see all that stuff as if you're looking through a pool of water. So the question is, do I have to trust what I learned in school with NASA and Discovery Channel and the scientists and academia and all that stuff? Because, you know, you have a good life, you live until you're 60, 70 years old, and then if you're lucky to still live, you can enjoy life with your pension, and then that's it, end of the story. Or should I just believe my own instinct and I see this through the telescope and through the Nikon cameras, and I see, hey, I see this is totally different from what they teach me or they indoctrinate me in school? Or should I just leave everything behind and just go to a religious church and believe that I'm gonna live happily ever after in all eternity with all the other human beings in a spiritual form, and you have to be a good kid, and that's it, another story?
Or you could learn to focus properly, would save a lot of time. Right, I've had enough of Mr. Truth, let's move on. Right, last up we've got Anti-Globe. Let's see what they've got to say.
So the Earth's atmosphere has 14.7 psi at sea level. And then the infinite void, or what we call the vacuum of space, isn't quite zero.
Okay, so this is a pressure one. Come on then, Anti-Globe, let's see what you got.
In fact, there is no measurement of zero. So the question is, this is pressure that we're supposedly measuring, not matter. How is all this pressure pushing down at sea level from the infinite void?
Well, the answer is it's not. Pressure is caused at sea level because of all the particles above it. The atmosphere is stuck to the Earth because of the pull of Earth's gravity. The atmospheric pressure gets lower as you get higher because there is less atmosphere above. The atmosphere next to space has been debunked several times. It's an old one and a bad one. Right, that brings another episode of Flat Earth Fail compilation to a satisfying close. Thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed doing those. If you enjoyed it too, then please do like and subscribe. I've got just enough time to wish Robert and his new wife Saskia a huge amount of luck after getting married last weekend. Congratulations guys, and also a belated happy birthday to Jason Keller. I have been Simon Dan, have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday for the 50th Tinfoil Tuesday. See you then.